Okay. Hey, everybody. Whoop. Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera here. I'll have to adjust it again. I hope you can forgive me for my technical or my less than professional setup, but I hope that you will be happy with our setup as we're working on our studio out there. And once I get that all settled, things will be so much better. Hi, I'm Allegra, wife, mother, log cabin, and forest dweller, and I live and create like no other. And I want to inspire you to live and create like no other because you are endowed with special gifts of your own. And I want to help facilitate that in you. I am sorry I'm late. Sorry, I have a really bad itch. You're lucky I'm not having a bad allergy attack today because, well, if I was having a bad allergy attack today, I wouldn't be here. My allergy attacks are the worst. I can't even function. So I took a squirt up the nose. That sounded really bad. Of whatever, the steroid or whatever nasal spray. And my allergies are not as bad as they would be without that. So, oh, I don't even have the microphone in. Good Lord. I'm all chewed up. Well, good thing nobody's here live right now, although this video will be posted. So, I am working on, here, let me readjust my chair here because I'm going to have to bring the camera in closer. Let's do that now and get that over with because it's going to be a clunky operation here. I have my camera armature tied to a chair. That's how high tech we are around here. So I'm going to set up right here so you can watch me draw. So this is just like the intro page of a book that I am writing, illustrating, about the American homestead and off-grid living. So this is kind of my imagined yet based on reality concept of where I live right now. This is our cabin, and it's not exactly how it is. The orientation of the cabin is a little different, but I embellished it because it's a drawing and it's art and I get to do that. So the garden isn't actually right here, but for the sake of the composition, I have to scrunch where the garden was, which is actually way out here, into this area. But as you can see, you can find me on these various social medias, and don't forget the offer still stands as long as, I'm giving myself about a month or so to make this book of these drawings. And the first 10 subscribers to my Subscribe Star, which is at Allegra Rose Brown, and the first 10 Patreons to sign up for Patreon at Allegra Rose Brown at the $5 level will get a copy of this book / zine that I'm creating. So today, what I would like to work on is I'm doing like a deep dive into certain aspects of off-grid living. And today I kind of did a little jump start of fellow YouTuber. And if you don't know about them, I've shouted them out several times. It's Almost Homestead, and they have a video. It's actually a couple of years old, but it's predator-proof chicken coop tour. So I hope they don't mind me going ahead and doing kind of a really detailed drawing scheme of their entire chicken coop. It is really nice, and what I appreciate about this particular chicken coop is that it is predator proof. And that is my dream because I've been wanting to build a really nice chicken coop. Here, I'll have to draw so that my hand's not in the way. But I don't want to deal with chickens getting gratuitously killed by critters. So I like their concept a lot. They did an excellent job building this thing. Highly recommend the video. Their channel is Almost Homestead. The video is called Predator Proof Chicken Coop Tour. So I'm just drawing the coop itself, and then I'm going in with like a magnifying glass on details. And I don't know, maybe I should pull the camera a little closer. Here is a representation, so you can see the building itself. This is the hardware cloth, a drawing of the hardware cloth that they talk about. So if you can imagine, the hardware cloth wraps all the way up the building and then out about 2 feet. But you have this missing gap here because you have the hardware cloth laying here and here, but then you have that 90-degree angle where there's missing cloth. So what they did was they laid more cloth over, and I can imagine it must bend up a little bit. I'm not sure how they would have done that, but they laid it across like so, and then tied it. I don't know how they tied it, probably with wire. I think that's what he said in the video. But anyway, tied it to the other mesh or hardware cloth so that it is all the way around, nice and secure. This little door here, and I'm gonna you know, draw in more detail and everything. I'll have chickens all around and plants and everything like that. But this door here has 2 latches with 2 carabiners on it. This little door here opens up to some more of the hardware cloth, right? And then they did a nice little plexiglass insert that goes in. So plexiglass insert that goes in during colder months. Very nice. Oh, here, they fastened it. Everything is well built. It's nice to watch other people's videos. Hi, Oscar. Got your goodie goodies mailed off today, so I will send you the tracking number. I am drawing Almost Homestead's Predator Proof Chicken Coop, and I believe that this little deep dive drawing that I'm doing is going to require a couple of pages. So we got that wire mesh around, and it's hard to do at this angle, but I will continue to draw the wire mesh around, but then the rest is covered in leaves. I mean, it's all covered in leaves, but for the sake of the drawing, you're going to see the hardware cloth there. This door, it's a Dutch door that opens, and there's a latch on both top and bottom. And then there's a bolt lock here, as I recall. I'm going to have to get my video to, I'll finish this after the video or after the live stream, so that you can open either the top or bottom or all of it together. Opening the top allows you to just kind of throw treats or whatever in there for the chickens so that they're not running all around at your feet. So I did this little pre-drawing right before the video, and then I'm doing like close-ups of certain areas. Let's look inside the hen house here. And I am going to have to get up here for a second and get my kombucha. Here's the lower portion of the inside of the hen house, which is right inside there. Whoops, right inside there. You open this door up, and inside you have the little hen house and a couple of little laying nests there. and then a little perch, and over here is where the little door is and the ramp that goes out into the rest of the run. So everything that they built on this is just, it's really well made and sturdy and looks like it's going to last a long time. Now this video, I want to say, is about 2 years old. So let me switch out. Sorry, it's really hard to draw at this angle. I was previously drawing on a table, but I need to start drawing vertically like this because it's starting to hurt my neck. I have, I don't know if I have a herniated disc, but it's approaching that level because I think it's an old army injury, but over the years, it's one of the reasons I don't run anymore. I used to run a lot, and I don't think running is good for me, especially with my frame. I'm not a tiny person, and I think that weight pounding down is not healthy because I found that after I would go running, I would have a serious pinched nerve going from my neck down my back and into my right arm, and it would twist down my arm and into my hand and into my pinky and ring finger. Yeah, no kidding. It's not a tumor. So I hike and I garden and I do lots of physical activity, but I do not run anymore. Why was I telling that story? Oh, because I need to draw vertically instead of sitting and looking down in the same position that everybody looks down when you're looking at your smartphone or sitting and reading a book. I think there's going to be kind of a wave of injuries relating to smartphones and having the herniated disc and pinched nerve issues, which we want to avoid that stuff as much as possible so to not have to endure gratuitous suffering if you can help it. I don't think it is a pinched or a, it's possible it's a herniated disc that just kind of swells up every once in a while. I haven't had too much of an issue with it except for looking down. So that's why I'm here. So there's more detail. They have this little door swings up. They have a counterweight and they have a bucket hanging here. Yeah, jumping off the side of a helicopter will hurt your knees. I did that one time for a training exercise. I look back on it and laugh because it was like a training exercise, if you can imagine me doing that. Where we had to jump out of a helicopter while, it wasn't completely landed, whatever you call that. And then run down and do the low crawl or high crawl and hide in the grass. That's what we did at that particular time. Pardon me for just a quickie second. I have to go get my kombucha. My throat is getting scratchy. Be right back. Oh gosh, I just realized. Hold on. Oh, I just realized I dropped the mic. I hope that didn't hurt your ears. If it did, I'm really sorry. I'm learning. There's like a learning curve here. So I don't know what it is. I know I talk about my kombucha habit all the time. It's just funny. Like I think what it is that I don't drink beer anymore. And what it was like every once in a while we would go to like a nice like a beer garden. What do you call them? Like a tap house. I don't know what they're called. And get like a really good beer, right? Like in the summer and it's all cold and it feels good going down your throat. And I just, I'm not into it anymore. But like kombucha, well, okay, so here's the thing. Kombucha is like, it's a tea and it has like, whatever parts per billion microorganisms. It's supposed to be really good for your digestion. And so there's like it's called the mother SCOBY, basically, like a fungus. It sounds really good, right? But you put it in you make your tea, you put it in, you stick it on top of the jar of tea, and then all of these little micro, whatever, microorganisms, or I'm not saying it right, but they they form and they create quite the effervescence. So it's like a bubbly drink. And some people I've heard it being referred to as mushroom juice. Sounds awful. It's an acquired taste. It's very vinegary and yeah, probiotics basically. That's it, probiotics. And so whatever, I mean, it's good for, I like it. Not everybody likes it. I know people who can't stand it. But this one, there's the GT's brand, and I would make you can make your own. You can make your own kombucha. It's really easy. And I have like this fear that I'm not going to love it as much as this one particular brand. And the reason why I have this fear, I know it's so ridiculous, because I make my own stuff all the time. I make my own soap. I make, I like to make, I'm a DIY type of person. But for some reason, well, so I think what happened was, I've tried other flavors of the GT's or kombucha. So like I've tried the beet one, and it's good. If you're a kombucha fan, you'll like other flavors. I like the cayenne pepper one. That one's awesome. But that's a different brand. At any rate, there's just, since I've had my second baby, that I cannot have any other that's the only like drink other than water that I drink my morning coffee and I'll drink tea. Okay, sorry. That's not the only. I don't drink sodas. I don't drink beer anymore. I never have cared about soda. So, but as far as an effervescent drink goes, oh my gosh, the Gingerade GT's kombucha is like the bomb. And like I drink it every afternoon. I have a glass of it, and it has to be perfectly cold. I'm very high maintenance when it comes to the temperature of my beverages. My coffee has my coffee has to be a certain temperature. So not right as it comes out of like when I make it in a coffee pot, if that's what I'm doing, or if I'm doing it through the French press, or if I'm doing it through just a funnel. It has to be the perfect temperature. So I'm a coffee reheater, and it's so like anal retentive. I get it out of the coffee pot. I pour it into a little saucepan with my creamer. Has to have creamer. And I watch it, because if it boils, it's ruined. It just has to be the perfect temperature. And if it gets lukewarm, it's no good. So I'm like a compulsive coffee reheater. So here's the hardware cloth going all the way around. And you get the idea. It's everywhere. So maybe I should just kind of allude to it and have it implied. It's up here. Maybe I'll do a little bit, but then kind of let your imagination understand that it is hardware cloth around the entire deal. Those are called implied lines. If any of you are ever interested in learning about three-dimensional artwork, or if you're looking at a drawing and wondering how someone makes it look 3D, sometimes the lines that they do are called contour lines. I'll make this in a lesson sometime. But you can do contour lines, let's say on a mountain, and you can do those lines, and then you can just leave some of the lines out. You don't need them because they're implied lines. Your eye tells you that the line is continuing. You don't actually physically need the line to actually be there. And contour drawing is one of my favorite little techniques. So on this chicken coop, they have the hardware cloth going around, and then they have little strips of wood over the hardware cloth, and then they, if you can see, I'll try to get closer. They put strips of wood at all of the corners, and then they put a little washer and a nut, I believe, to hold it in on the wood. So that was nifty. Nifty little solution. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to just show the hinges really quick. Or the locks. The locking hardware. Right here, this is a close-up of the main door up here. I'm not going to move the camera again. There's two of them, up high and up low, on the door, so that, you know, a predator, if it's only one latch, the predator can kind of bend the door out. You don't want that. And then they had a carabiner in there, so that their system has a bunch of carabiners at every latch are carabiners. So I thought that was really cool. So I think that's about it for today. Yes, the brain does naturally connect lines. Oh yeah, from our hunter-gatherer days, when we are to see the rodents of unusual size. Indeed. Okay. Well, I don't remember if I said, but this close-up right here is of this right here. And it opens up, and it latches here. Another carabiner to lock it. And then this little plexiglass insert goes here in the winter time. Isn't that neat? I love it. So I'm going to work on this some more. And I will probably work on this tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday? Yes, I'll be here. So hopefully I'll have this finished for you. And I'll see what we start on next. So that's it for today. I really appreciate y'all watching. I'm so excited for this book to be published. And let me put my info back here. I am really, I'm working the social media, man, because I finally have gotten things together, and it's just so, I don't know, it's really exciting to know that this book is going to come together, my first book. And I mean, they're going to start off as zines and everything, but it's finally, I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So if you're interested in watching this process, and then I'm also looking forward to sharing more of our home little wannabe homestead here. Remember to subscribe to me at Allegra Rose Brown here on YouTube. It would be super helpful if you can like and subscribe and kind of get things going. And I want to share this with people. I think that this would be a really cool thing, and I want to feature a lot of people in this book. I want to talk to people and see who would be interested in having their systems on their off-grid property or their homestead. Like I said, chicken coops, outdoor showers, gardens, any kind of nifty inventions that people have come up with. I'd like to share them in illustrated form in this book. So I think that would be very cool, and I would love for you all to be involved and let me know if you have any ideas that I should put in. And yeah, that would be great. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Take care.